Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, replaying a conversation from hours ago, thinking about what you said, what you should have said, and what the other person might think of you? Or maybe you have a simple decision to make, but your mind turns it into 100 different possibilities. You imagine every possible outcome, every mistake you could make, every problem that might happen. This is called overthinking. Overthinking is something almost everyone experiences. It is the mind's attempt to protect us by analyzing situations, solving problems, and preparing for the future. But sometimes, instead of helping us, our thoughts become a never-ending loop that drains our energy and steals our peace. The strange thing about overthinking is that it often feels productive. It feels like we are doing something important because our brain is working so hard. But there is a difference between thinking and overthinking. Thinking helps you find solutions. Overthinking keeps you trapped in questions that have no clear answers. It is the difference between asking, "What can I do to improve this situation?" and asking, "What if everything goes wrong?" One of the biggest reasons people overthink is fear. Fear of failure, fear of being judged, fear of making the wrong choice, fear of losing something important. The mind creates countless scenarios because it wants certainty. It wants to know exactly what will happen before you take action. But the truth is, life does not work that way. No amount of thinking can give you complete control over the future. Sometimes we spend hours trying to solve problems that have not even happened yet. We create pain from imaginary situations and experience emotions from events that exist only inside our minds. A powerful quote often associated with this idea says, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Many times the battle is not happening around us, it is happening inside our own thoughts. So how do we deal with overthinking? The first step is becoming aware of your thoughts. Most people believe every thought that appears in their mind. But thoughts are not always facts. If your mind says, "I'm going to fail," that does not mean failure is guaranteed. If your mind says, "Everyone is judging me," that does not mean everyone is actually thinking about you. Learn to observe your thoughts instead of becoming controlled by them. Imagine your thoughts are clouds passing through the sky. You can notice them without chasing every single one. The second step is to focus on what you can control. Overthinking often comes from trying to control things that are outside of our power. You cannot control what everyone thinks about you. You cannot control every outcome. You cannot predict every challenge, but you can control your actions, your preparation, your attitude, and how you respond. Instead of asking, "What if something bad happens?" try asking, "What can I do right now?" The third step is to take action. Overthinking grows when we stay still. Sometimes the best way to silence your mind is not by thinking more, but by doing something. If you're worried about a goal, take one small step toward it. If you are worried about a conversation, prepare and have it. If you're afraid of starting something new, begin with a small action. Action creates clarity. Thinking alone often creates confusion. Another important way to reduce overthinking is learning to live in the present moment. Your mind often travels between the past and the future. It goes back to old mistakes and asks, "Why did I do that?" Or it jumps forward and asks, "What if something goes wrong?" But your life is only happening right now. Take a moment to notice where you are. Notice your breathing. Notice the sounds around you. Bring your attention back to the present. The present moment is where peace exists. It is also important to be kind to yourself. Many people overthink because they are too hard on themselves. They expect perfection. They believe every mistake says something about who they are. But making mistakes is part of being human. You do not need to have every answer today. You do not need to have your entire future planned. Growth happens through experience, not through endlessly analyzing every possibility. Remember, your mind is a powerful tool, but you are not your thoughts. You are the person who notices those thoughts. You are the person who chooses which thoughts deserve your attention. Overthinking may always visit you from time to time, but it does not have to control your life. The goal is not to completely stop thinking. Thinking is part of what makes us human. The goal is to create a healthier relationship with your mind, to know when to reflect and when to let go, to know when to prepare and when to trust yourself. Because sometimes the answer you are searching for does not come from thinking harder. Sometimes it comes from taking a step forward and allowing life to unfold. So the next time your mind starts creating endless questions, remember this: you do not have to solve every possibility. You do not have to predict every outcome. You only have to focus on the next step. One moment, one decision, one breath at a time. And slowly you will learn that peace does not come from controlling everything. It comes from trusting yourself, even when you cannot see what happens next.